Here comes a new challenger. Alright, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to some more King of Fighters, god damn it. And for this one, man, I actually wanted to give you guys an official first look at the free-to-play Jin, because a lot of you guys didn't decide to summon and pick up the blue defense unit, which I think is definitely better than the green one, both offensively and defensively. But that's not to say that the classic Jin is not worth building, because he's definitely a beast, boys. You can tell by the fact that I already have him at 87. I'm gonna get him to 90 and I'm gonna get him capsuled. It's just that I'm prioritizing working on Kazuya next. That's why I don't have him capsuled already, right? I think he's actually a really good green balance unit, especially if you're free to play and you don't summon a lot because you're waiting on Orochi, right, coming in the future. Yeah, you definitely should invest a lot into Jin, because the only other guaranteed green unit that you're going to have is actually going to be Mature. And Mature is actually a very, very good unit, right? She has a lot of bleed, she's fun to play, easy to use, right? But I think Jin will definitely give you some kind of balance, right? So I'm going to take him into some content for you guys in a second, show y'all how he performs. But looking at his skills, they're actually really good, right? He has super armor for 2.5 seconds, and once you get this up to level 5, it's going to be 3 seconds, which is really good. So you're going to basically be able to walk through attacks with him, right? And then he has a guaranteed stun on his second active, which is pretty dope. He's a little bit weaker, right, than the Blue Jian, because Blue Jian actually has super armor and damage immunity, but when it comes to the stun, it's only a 50% chance to stun on the blue one, whereas with the green one, you can see it's a guaranteed stun every single time. But this version of Jin, I think, is more so about comboing and dodging, right? Whereas with the blue Jin, it's more about like just face tanking, like seriously, just taking damage, and just dishing it back tenfold. But this one actually has some really good cores as well, so you're not really missing out on too much, right? If you don't have Hoodie Jin, you can see this one is just more about like comboing. Has a decent HP buff right there, but he also has, you can see, like a really good passive, right? You can see once his HP drops, you activate rage mode, and that goes all the way up to 40% for the attack buff and 30% for the damage decrease when he drops below 50% HP. Not as powerful as I wanted it to be, but nonetheless, it's still a very good core set here for him. Now, looking at his core board, you can see I have it pretty much maxed out, right? The thing is, though, I don't want to use all my gold and my rainbow cores to get him like fully maxed, right? Because I'm saving for building Kazuya, because that's gonna be my next project, boys. And I'm really sad that I don't have like good enough cards for him. This is the best I can give him right now, because I haven't been on the grind for comic cards. It is what it is. I think this is pretty decent. It gives him a 3.4% attack buff and gives him some additional penetration, which is not bad. And the optionals, they're just basic stuff, right? You can see this one right here, just some additional crit rate. And this one, I think, gives him a little bit of penetration. Actually, this is crit damage. I had one for penetration before, but I swapped it just because I figured giving him crit rate on one makes sense to give him crit damage on the other. Alright, so we're going to jump into some EQ here so y'all can see how the boy rocks. I think he's definitely a unit that you should build. We're going to go up against all 3 of the epic quests that I have on lock right now. We'll just do like chapter 9 here, because even though he has a type disadvantage, which means he's going to take 50% more damage and deal 50% less damage, right? He's definitely able to solo this quite easily, actually. Alright, let's do it, Blue. Let me turn off that auto. I'm just gonna juggle you in this corner. Get up. Get this word. It's nice that you can stun them even when they have super armor up. Ooh, jeez. I was hoping I would turn around the right way before I trigger that. Fat fingers. Get out, get out, get out. Let's get them all in there. Oh no. So even though the CP is a little bit higher. Ooh. We're still putting in that work. Ooh. Also, guys, in case you're new, right? If you ever see blue text over your damage, or your damage coded in like blue, that means you're doing 50% less damage. It means you have a type disadvantage. So if you're having a hard time like remembering what element, not element, like what color is weak against what color, you can always tell. If you see like a down arrow on the numbers, or if you see, hold up. You see your text in blue, that tells you that you're doing less damage. Nice. Oh, 3 of y'all getting these hands. Let me stun you. Ooh, she rolled out of that. I'm gonna finish it up nice and easy. Nice and easy. The only difference, nice. The only difference that I've noticed between this Jin and the Blue Jian, like for real, is just honestly, he's able to tank way more. The blue one is able to tank way more, and he's able to dish out way more damage. But in terms of how they play, they're very similar. They just have a few small tweaks. So we're gonna go up here and let's try chapter 1. I do have some more challenges that I need to do for this EQ. I know some of you guys are gonna roast me, say I need to step it up, and I will. I've just been focusing on the Tekken event right now and getting these characters affinity maxed out. I only have this Jin affinity at 7 because I've been focusing on the other Jin, getting them to max affinity. Oh crap, turned the wrong way. Great. Nice. Also, guys, I have a question, like a legit question. Do y'all think I should go for some battle card summons? Because I'm not really a battle card summon type of guy, but I really want to get the special card for Jin, but I really want to get Geese. Now, I know that there's a possibility of the Geese banner coming back, but I don't know if there's a possibility of the Tekken banners coming back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to skip over the battle cards saying, you know what, I'll get them later, and then they don't come back, and then I'm stuck with an incomplete Jin. But I feel like they have to bring them back at some point, right? Come on. Nice. Stun them before you can get into it. Yeah, it's nice to have that guaranteed stun. You can see some big attacks coming, and just, if you can't roll out of the way, you can just completely shut them down by stunning them. This guy's a real stunner. This has a stun too. It'd be really nice if... Okay. Easy fam. Easy, bro. Calm down, bro. Soft things. Alright, let's do one more against Greed, and I'm gonna show you guys something real clutch. A reason why you definitely want to build them. Believe me when I say you definitely want to build them. Alright, so we're gonna go up. I think, is it chapter 3 that Rugel's on? Let's try him on chapter 3. We don't have a type advantage here, right? So keep that in mind. Oh, this is Vice. She's kind of creepy still, I ain't gonna lie, but she's thick. Alright. Like, you can juggle it, like literally, you can literally spam your basic, and look at this. Look at this. And then just, look at this. Seriously. Like, I can literally do this, okay, all day. Okay, let me get out of the corner, because I gotta push all of them back in the corner. Like, I know some of you guys don't like this corner thing, but like, sometimes when you don't have the the CP, it really helps. Nice. Yeah. This is gonna make her fall. Oh, I should have saved it actually. Oh wow, let me get out of that. Let me roll, let me roll. No. Oh, rage mode is on now. It's over for y'all now. It's over for y'all now. When that rage mode kicks in, when you get that 40% attack buff, that's when you want to go apeshit. You don't want to retreat, you just go face roll these guys, bro. That was actually pretty dope. No capsule? No capsule. Alright, it's all good. Alright, boys, so check this out. Like, when I started doing the epic quest, everything was fairly easy once I understood like how to fight these bosses. But the one person who gave me a lot of trouble is actually this bastard right here on chapter 3. This is actually my boy Kyo, right? This is where you're probably gonna get stuck if you're doing the EQ for the first time. But Jin, Green Jin has a type advantage here. If you're summoning a lot, right, you might have a better green unit. So this might not be like something that was hard for you, but I know it was hard for me. So I know somewhere out there, this stage is hard for someone. Come on, because I can't be alone. I can't be the only one, right? And you know what? I'm probably the only one. This is probably not going to be hard for anybody else. But either way, like I was trying this like a couple times a day. I usually don't spend a lot of time on stages that give me like a really hard time just because I want to be efficient with my time. Right? So if I find that like, you know what, I put like a good effort in, can't beat it, I just move on to something else and I come back to it another day, give it a shot. Right? I don't want to spend hours doing the same thing over and over again because ultimately that's just a waste of time that I can use for something else. I don't know why they made this stage like super hard, but it is what it is. Maybe it's just hard for me. Walk into these punches and kicks to your throat, boy. Okay, we're gonna roll. Stun him. Oh, come on. Come on, no! Iguzo. Oh, you're gonna stay in this corner? Also, his range on the kicks is real nice. So sometimes you can catch them when they're running in. Hope you fall into it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. You back up. Ooh, always back up when these guys get up from a little combo because they always get super armor. Okay. Hold this. Namena. Hold this hunt. Ooh, hold up. Ooh, he turned around and give it. I wasn't expecting that. Still, I was trying to rush him. Okay. Okay, let me back up. Let me back up. Let me back up. Ooh. Okay, go. Iguzo. Nope. On the slide. Ooh. Slide right under that. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, now is the real fight. That demon blood kick in. I'm not gonna tell you this is a cakewalk because as you can see, soloing is not a cakewalk, but you're not supposed to try and solo this. I'm just trying to do this to highlight Jin's strength, right? And in the hands of a real pro, which I'm not, because as you all know, I'm the legendary Scrub Lord, right? In the hands of one of you pros, this is gonna be a cakewalk. Especially if you get him set up real nice, finish up his cores and stuff. Also keep in mind, this guy's level 90, right? We're going up against a level 90 character, and his defense is hella high, bro. The range is nice. Perfect. dissect you with these kicks, boy. Hold this knee. Okay. Actually, I don't need to play so defensive because once he's in this rage form, his defense is hella high. But I've gotten so used to like playing the defense Jin, and I can just steamroll everything and walk through 90% of attacks. I don't want to play this Jin the same way because he's not the same, and you can die if you try to do the same thing. All right. Oh, okay. You want to get one last hit in, eh? So there you have it, boys. Classique, baby. Classique. Jin puts in work. So for those of you guys who didn't get any luck on the banner, I would say, man, save your rubies. Try to get blue Jin because it's nice to have diversity, right? You never know when you're going to really need a strong blue unit. And if you look at my roster, right, I don't have that many really powerful blues. The only other blue that I have that I'm actually working on is freaking Leona. So yeah, that's something for you to consider, and we don't know if those Tekken banners are going to come back or if they're going to come back anytime soon at that, right? So it's something for you to consider. I personally love Jin, so I'm not trying to like tell you you gotta have him, but yeah, he's pretty dope, and I'm gonna give you guys a full video on this monstrosity right in our next one. So thank y'all so much for watching. As always, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe. I love y'all. Peace out.